That is your Seaside band. They're always so amazing. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. So wonderful to be here in front of all of you and your radiant faces. This morning, we have Sharon De Leon. She is a practitioner here at Seaside. She will be holding the light, holding the consciousness, anchoring in that God, that love, that spirit that is always here. And I promise you, she's back there. She is coming. She is on the way. She is just moving out. And you know what? When she does come out, we will just light that light. Because that is the divine timing of lighting the light. So, Seaside is a thriving community. We always have so many beautiful events. We always have something to offer, something creating, something just bubbling up. So go ahead, take out your Google calendars or your paper calendars or wherever you put your things. You're not moving. So that you can write these down. Oh, perfect timing, divine timing. See, Sharon came out so you can pull out your calendars. We have April 12th, Dr. Ricky Byers-Beckwith will be here at Seaside at 7 p.m. So put that in your calendars because it's going to be an amazing event. March 7th, we have a virtual Centers for Spiritual Living convention, and it is happening all over the globe. And the last day, on March 7th, it's happening here at Seaside. So 4 o'clock, we start with the red carpet event, and then at 5 o'clock, we do the general session. February 24th, sign-ups begin for Interfaith Shelter. February 20th, all are invited for a Wednesday night service at 7 p.m. The new ministers that are taking classes, they will be having a talk that night, so that starts at 7 p.m. We have February 11th, Self-Love Seaside Sisters. This is starting Mondays, tomorrow, right? February 11th, from 6:30 to 8:30. So for women who are giving, who are loving, who are creating, this is a time to give and love and create and love and appreciate yourself. This starts on Monday at 6:30. We also have living room conversations after second service, Conscious Women of Color with Rebecca Jade and myself. So come see us after second service. And the most exciting thing that we have happening right here, right now, is February 17th, which is the New Thought. Yes, the New Thought-a-thon. That is what's happening right here at Seaside. We have Susan, who is a board member, who is also assisting with all the coordination here at Seaside for the New Thought-a-thon, who is going to be coming up on stage to give you guys just a little bit more details on what's happening that evening. So give her a round of applause.
Hey, Seaside. We're having a telethon. Jerry Lewis style. Actually, that's going to be going on live at this stage. All those black tables out there, those ministry tables, are going to come to life. You're going to learn about what we have going on here during the telethon. There's also going to be a bunch of gifts and prizes that the community has gathered for you, like the third color and that kind of thing, simultaneous to the live telethon going on that's going out to the universe on Facebook Live, right? And we are going to have a marketplace out here. These walls are going to be open. There's going to be local vendors. They have gift prizes. There's going to be a food court with 2 food trucks. Are super excited to have them here. There's going to be a jumpy house and face painting and just all kinds of activities for the kids. Bring your animals. We have Thrive Animal Rescue coming. There's going to be dogs up for adoption, and there's a lady that does dosha for the dogs. So, I mean, we're open. We're going to show everybody what we've been doing here, and we're going to raise the money to keep doing those things here in our community. So we really want to see you. We have a lot of openings. If you guys want to help, if you want to learn anything more, I'll be at the table at the end of the service. Thank you.
Yes, so on Facebook, go ahead and share that event. Go ahead and invite your mom, invite your dad, invite your friends, your neighbor, your mailman, invite everyone. This is an open house for everyone. And with all that being said, you may now stand. There is a tidbit on your seat. Share it with your friends. Share it with everyone you're saying hello to. Share the love this morning.
Good morning. 1, 2. All right, good. Stay standing, please. We got a song for you. We've done this one before. It's kind of new. It was written by Gary Lynn Floyd. Brought to us by Cahill and Deline. What's up, Seaside? Y'all looking so great this morning. Here we go. Sing with me, all right? 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let's do that whole thing again. Ready? Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hi. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Take me to the bridge. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Said everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Come on, Bob. Give it up for Bob and our Seaside band. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Hey, that was a fun one, Rebecca. Makes me, I couldn't stand still.
I know, I love that one so
good.
much.
Hey, that was fun renewing wedding vows.
Oh, it
I mean, not you and
I know, not us, not us.
But I mean, with the 13 couples that were here, very special.
It was very beautiful. I kind of got teary-eyed, I must say. It was a beautiful moment.
That was it. So, and to see everybody exchanging love, little tidbits of love. I want to make sure you get one,
Well,
a little bit of
thank
love.
you.
Absolutely, I love you. All right, all right. Woo!
Oh, that's sweet.
That's good. Hey, I heard you playing at what was
Sequan Casino.
Friday night.
This coming Friday with Sheila E. The one time I'll
Callie,
be in San
our date.
Diego with
Let's do
Sheila.
it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we got a date.
There we go.
That's it.
Get your tickets quickly because there aren't a lot left, so come hang out. with
Okay,
us.
today. I'm going to get it. That'll be fun. Hey, good morning, Seaside. Morning. Woo, what a joy it is to be with you. There is life. There's love in the house. Can you feel it? There's a magic in the air. It's all that love that you have been exchanging for sure. Anyway, just wherever you may be on your spiritual path, know that you are welcome here. We're just growing up together all over each other and deepening our spiritual walk. And so what we love to do first always is put spirit first. And so to take us to a deeper place is a wonderful practitioner, is Denise Harmon. And we did your mom's memorial service yesterday. She just recently transitioned on, and the flowers were in honor of her. And just bless your heart for being here today. We love you. Thank you for coming home to be with your family when your heart is broken wide open.
Okay, and it was a wonderful day. It was a wonderful day, and the love is still permeating right now. I invite you all to go into the stillness. Feeling that presence, that God presence, all around and throughout this sanctuary, and beaming out and radiating out into the world. Because that's what it all is, that momentum of that inner vortex, of that inner centering in love. And I know that love permeates in each and every one here today. Feel it, sense it, know it, and allow it to bring you into that beautiful place, that beautiful open place of receptivity, to receive the words of Dr. Reverend Christian Sorensen, to receive those words that speak individually to that individualized expression that each one here is. Knowing and sensing within every cell, within every part, everything of who we are. And speaking to that fulfillment, to that soul's fulfillment, letting you know, edging you to all those places to look at, reach for, and know, and move forward. And I rest in that knowing, I rest in that permeation, that love that opens all those doors for each one here today.
Blessings and grace, love overflowing, joy in this place. Spirit is showing blessings and grace. Mind, body, soul, and I am one with God. Blessings and grace, love overflowing, joy in this place. Spirit is showing blessings and grace. Mind, body, soul, and I am one with God.
Thank you, Rebecca Jade. How blessed we are to have you here with us in between all your travels. And thank you, our beautiful practitioner, Denise Harmon, for starting us out so beautifully. Good morning. I'm Reverend Christina Tillotson. It's my honor to welcome you to Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, especially if you're here for the first time. We honor you. Thank you for coming to share your light and your love with us on this Valentine's week. We have a special gift for you as you go out the back. There's a packet on the table with a CD from Dr. Christian, a gift certificate to the bookstore, all kinds of information about us if you'd like to know more. So thank you so much for sharing your light and your love with us here today. And just so you know, we're part of a worldwide organization called Centers for Spiritual Living that's based in Golden, Colorado, whose vision is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence for a world that works for everyone. That means everyone. We have centers in the Ukraine, in Russia, in South Africa, in Switzerland, in China. We spread this love throughout the world, and you are part of that. So thank you. Thank you for being part of that. So the reading I've chosen for today, because this is about the power of love, is from Alan Cohen's The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore. So it's a really old book, but it has some amazing quotes in it. Love is the true healing force of the universe. When we love another person, we see their wholeness. And when this wholeness is kindled in our thoughts and fanned with our good intention, it awakens their knowledge of their divine heritage of completeness. I saw a healing that I want to always remember as a symbol of the unsurpassable power of love. The man I am thinking of was nervous, withdrawn, and fearful. A group of people surrounded him, gently rested their hands on him, and quietly gave him healing love. I saw that man go through the most dramatic transformation I have ever seen. I could literally see the lines and the dark spots leave his face. He began to breathe heavily, and I felt like I was having the privilege of witnessing a birth. The light that began to shine from his face was so bright that everyone in the room could hardly believe that it was the same man that they had seen a few minutes earlier. He looked as if he had lost about 15 years of age in just a few minutes. If someone had thrown away their crutches and walked away from a wheelchair, I do not think it would have been as powerful as the transformation I saw in this man. It was a healing of the inner man, of the soul, a healing available to every human being. Such is the miracle of healing love. So let's just take these ideas into a short prayer, our form of affirmative prayer. Just going to that place of love. That place of love throughout the universe, as the great pre-Socratic philosopher and examiner said, love is the glue that holds the universe together. Turning to that place of love, that place of light, that place of wisdom that I call God, and it doesn't matter what it's called, but it's through and as all of its creation, from the tiniest atom to the farthest galaxy, and through and as each and every creature and each and every human being. Through and as me right here and right now, and through and as each one here and each one coming in from the internet right now, that light and that love of spirit, through as manifested and revealed as each one here in this sacred time together of light and love. So I'm knowing for this sacred time together that love of the universe permeates everyone here, bringing it up to revelation at a higher level than ever before, and taking that revelation of love out into this community, to this state, to this country, to this world, and to this universe. For this light and this love, this power of healing, power of love that is revealed right here and right now today, I am so grateful as I release this word to the law, knowing it's now done in perfect love. And so it is. Amen.
Ooh, that's a good word to get the morning started, huh, Seaside? Ooh, good morning. It is my honor to introduce our guest artist today, and we just love when he's here. He's got this beautifully rich, low tone that just seems to just reach into your heart and your soul and your spirit. He performs around town and elsewhere as well, travels up to Los Angeles, and we're just so grateful that he's here, and he's in here in Encinitas, which we just love. He's part of our family. This afternoon, I wanted to share that he is doing a concert at the Vista Public Library at 1:30, and it's going to be about the evolution of African American music with the specifics of jazz and spiritual music. So if you're free and want to attend that, please see him, support him. But right now he is here with us, and let's give him a warm, Seaside loving welcome, Michael Paul Smith.
Good morning, Seaside. So good to be here. Wow. Rebecca Jade, you are amazing. I say that to you, but I don't say it to them. You are amazing. Reverend Christian Sorensen, love you, love what all you're about, man. And so I'm so glad to be a part of this community. So finally, after so long, hey, sweetheart. Anyway, so let's try this, you guys. This is a song that I discovered, and I really loved it because it's a song that I heard when I was like in my coming into my teens. An artist named Curtis Mayfield wrote this song, and it's called People Get Ready. There's a train a-coming. Oh, yeah. People get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Whoa, yeah, people get ready, there's a train a-coming, picking up passengers, coast to coast. Faith is key, open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among the lost and lost. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, there ain't no room for holy sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. And pity on those whose choices grow thinner, for there's no hiding place among the kingdom's throne. So people get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just get on board. I said you don't need no ticket, you just get on board. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Yeah, you better get on board. Get on board.
Woo, woo! That is Michael Paul Smith. Oh my goodness. Hey, we got to get you to do one of those concerts here. It's been a while since you did Paul Robeson. Let's do it. Okay, let's make a deal, man. We've been doing this since founders. You know, that's like almost 30 years now we've been gigging together. I like it. Man, how blessed we are. Love you. Michael Paul Smith, touching us. Get on board. That train's coming. All right. Well, hey, it is Black History Month, and it originated out of Kent State. First time it was celebrated was in 1970, the month of February, and it began to pick up steam by 6 years later by our bicentennial. The president then, Gerald Ford, stood up in the celebrations and said, let us honor our wonderful history that's so often forgotten, Black American history that is part of every aspect and event of our country. And since then, it has just brought to our awareness our partnership with the wonderful expression of how we have created this country, and religious science as well. We have been putting out these little video clips. The Dallas Center for Spiritual Living, one of my buddies, Peter Weldis, has put these out. I shared one last week, and I want to share one this week that shows you the participation and the activity of African Americans within our movement.
Here's a little-known Black history science of mind fact. Some of you might know that Founders Church of Religious Science opened in Los Angeles in 1960. But do you know it was designed by a Black man? Ernest Holmes asked Paul Revere Williams, the first African American admitted to the American Institute of Architects, to sketch an idea for the building in 1957. Williams produced a sketch of an elliptical circle, and Holmes liked what he saw. To Holmes, the sketch was the perfect symbol for wholeness, unity, the unending and all-inclusive power of love. Williams designed many landmark buildings in Los Angeles, including the iconic LAX Airport Terminal. He was later named a Fellow by the American Institute of Architects, a high honor for his outstanding achievements. Another Science of Mind Black History fact also involves Los Angeles and a famous singer.
This God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime.
You might recognize this song in this deep, sultry singing
There's no
voice.
such thing as Dr. Seuss, no Disneyland, Mother Goose is no nursery rhyme.
1969's best song, Grammy Award winner for Little Green Apples, celebrated vocalist O.C. Smith.
And when myself is feeling low, I think about a face aglow and ease my mind.
The talented Smith experienced several career highs that only the best musical dreams are made of. But even though Little Green Apples hit number 2 on the Billboard charts and sold more than 1 million records, the former vocalist for phenomenal band leader Count Basie knew deep down there was something more. Smith told an interviewer, "After the music success I had, I was still searching for something and didn't know what it was. I kept looking outside of myself, not realizing the reaching is in the soul, not outside." His life gained new purpose in 1980 when he and his wife Robbie Golson discovered Science of Mind. Introduced by Dr. Joseph Murphy of Laguna Beach, Smith finally heard what he had believed for so long: God as a metaphysical entity, one with all, belonging in each of us and uniting us if we wish to see the Almighty. Inspired by the powerful spiritual principles he internalized, Smith even started explaining the metaphysical meanings of songs during his concerts. Profoundly struck by Science of Mind, Smith gave up his music career to study divinity, and in 1985, Dr. O.C. Smith became pastor of the City of Angels Science of Mind Center in Los Angeles.
We must recognize beauty right where we are. That's why Dr. Ernest Holmes said, "There is not a spot where God is not."
Oh, see. O.C. was my buddy. We went to school together in 1980, and he would show up in his leather pants looking oh so cool. And when he did ministry, he had that smooth voice. So in the middle of a talk, he would just break out in song. And I don't know if you knew his keyboard. This was from Earth, Wind, and Fire, their keyboards. It just wasn't fair, you know. He just had those extra tools, man. But you know, he's called, "Hey, big dude in the sky, Christian told me to give you a call. You know, you need some help." It's like, yeah, I need a voice. But, you know, that's the thing. It is the joy. It is the love. It is the coming together. And this morning's message is the healing power of love. And when you are able to be that spot where you can experience that presence with that love vibration moving through you, amazing things can begin to happen. You know, Harriet Tubman, who in 2016 we agreed to put her on the $20 bill. She was that impactful within our country. And then I know it's in the last year or two got delayed, but just this week Congress came together bipartisan and said, you know what, in 2021 she will be on the $20 bill, where we will all be reminded of the great contributions that took place to create this country. But one of the things that Harriet said is that great dreams have dreamers, and you must always remember that you have within you the strength, the patience, oh, that's a biggie, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. You've got that inside of you, the strength, the passion, and the patience, that was it. Obviously, I don't have that one yet. I'm working on that one. But to be able to reach for the stars, but that passion is what I love. I mean, obviously, I'm passionate, I'm enthusiastic. Ernest Holmes, that OC was alluding to, the founder of this philosophy, who said, hey, it's not a revelation to me, guys. It's just the compilation of the spiritual truth that has woven itself through the great philosophies from the beginning of time. He said, in the Science of Mind, we've been working in the practitioner class on love and forgiveness this week, and you'll find where he wrote that love is the central flame of the universe. It's the very fire itself. It's not the flame. It is the fire. It is the passion. It is the life. It is the energy. And when you allow that to move through you, that's when healing happens. You don't need to tell it what to do, but what you do need to do is say, I'm available. Come on, love. I'm ready for you to show up in my life. See, love is a conscious choice. It is in a sense, a decision. Say, okay, I'm available for that. Because I watch so many people say, I'm not ready to fall in love. Okay, well, that's a big no. That's a big, stop sign, red light, that this person isn't available. But the thing with love is it will heal. It will transform your body, your life, your relationship, this nation, this planet. Love has this kind of power that is transformative, that will, but the thing about love is it's connecting. You got to realize, hey, if I'm going to be in this love space, I'm available for healing to take place in my life in whatever way really needs to happen for me. You've got to recognize there's going to be a connection that's made. Love is about connecting. It's about uniting. It is about understanding. You want to heal this planet. It's about reaching out and say, hey, tell me a little bit more. What's going on your side of the fence? What's going on in your world? What is it that has me in fear? Because when we are afraid, it's because we have allowed something to fill our field awareness rather than love. We are no longer seeing as God sees, right? God is love. That is what we've been told over and over. When we know that, then that's how we were called to see the world. We thought about bringing peace to this world. What used to be in history is we're going to hold peace by the country that is the biggest, the strongest, carries the biggest stick and the biggest God. We will hold the peace upon the planet. How well did that work? So then we said we're going to march, to bring peace to this planet. We're still marching. But I'll tell you what seems to be working is business, in a sense. The business is connecting this planet. We've got, enterprises in other countries, other parts of the world, and all of a sudden you've got interest in other parts of the world. You're not going to go out and destroy that and try to harm another, which will end up harming you. Jacques Cousteau told us, decades ago, hey, you want peace on the planet? Well, why don't we just exchange our kids for 6 months at a time? You send some over there, they send some over here. We learn to realize we're real people. We come to understand. We come to love. It could really work. I mean, I remember when they opened the Soviet Union, it was like the citizen diplomacy. We'd go over there and just be with people and realize these are our brothers and sisters. And in the meantime, really, what opened it is business was going in. McDonald's was opening up in Moscow, fast food in Leningrad. It's pretty crazy. But, things are moving and we're coming together. Even though there seems to be resistance, I think one day the World Series will actually be the World Series. How audacious. It's really a national series. But, maybe by 2025, it will be the Moscow Cosmonauts against the San Diego Padres, Now, I know that's a stretch to think that the Padres could make the World Series, but, call me a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. You know how that goes. But it is a matter of coming together. The difference between the saints and the sourpusses in the world is that, the sourpusses, when something comes up and happens in their world, they consider it an annoyance. Where the saints, or you mystical folks, spiritual, realize, hey, there's an opportunity here. There's something to celebrate. The presence of God is here. God is omnipresent. That means spirit is right here. One group, like, the sourpusses will see interruptions from people as inconveniences, if you would, where the spiritual folks or the saints will see this is a visitation from an angel. This is God sent. But this is how you get to decide, am I have space in my mind, in my field of awareness for love to show me something different? That's how it's going to happen. Do I have space in my field of awareness for love to show me different? To share some love. These little tidbits of love. Sharon, thank you for this wonderful creation. It's all about just sharing this love with your neighbor. How did that go this morning? Did you guys exchange that? That was beautiful. You know, it's about being available and just being here for each other in this world. We're in this together. T.S. Eliot, American-born, bailed on this country, went to England, and became loyal to the Queen, said that we are in this world for the reason to make life easier for one another. I mean, imagine if what you're doing just made life easier for those around you. I mean, that's pretty much what we want to do. Imagine if what you did with your life and your business and your work, it kind of is really to give your gift to others to make life a little bit easier. You're not in this world to make it more difficult. We are actually in this world to bring a blessing to others, and it's easy to do. I mean, you can do it 10, 15 seconds. You're at a checkout stand, at a counter, a clerk across the way. You know, are you smiling, giving them the love? You know, or are you just leaving them an attitude? I had to wait for a person and a half to go through before you got to me. You know, what kind of wake are you leaving behind? The blessing and the gift and the grace of spirit of love? Or are you leaving behind an attitude of, man, I'm glad that customer's out of here? How about a gas station? When you see somebody, you smile. When you get into an elevator, do you take that 10, 15 seconds to create new friends? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know, I don't want to talk to you. But, you know, that doesn't mean you can't still reach out and love. You never know where that magical relationship and connection is going to happen, because what I do know is the language of the universe is love, and anything else is just noise. You know? It's like, you know, one of our past presidents here, Jim Coleman, many of you know him, the pilot, a private pilot. He loves to fly. But one of the things that he does is you fly, what you can do, you can only fly up to Big Bear or Catalina for lunch or breakfast so often, and then looking for something else. So he desires to fly. So what he does is there's a company that's called Angel Flights. And what pilots will do for free is they will hook into Angel Flights and find out, is there a patient that needs to be lifted from one location to another, that they're in such a physical condition for them to sit in a car for 11, 13 hours on the road going to a chemo treatment or a special treatment or a hospital or an operation is not very good. But here is someone like Jim and says, hey, this person in San Diego needs to get to I don't know, Monterey or wherever I'll take them up there, or I will take them. And he shared with me one of the stories of this one girl he for years would take from the San Diego area. She had been burned, and so every year they had a burn camp, and she would go, and as she grew up in the camp, she became, a counselor helping people. And in her senior year in high school, she was the valedictorian asked to give the graduation speech to the thousands of people at the high school. And it was the same weekend in which this burn camp was. And Jim said that weekend she decided to get on the plane and go to the camp because that's where she was really needed in people's lives to make a difference. See, that's how we can just be an expression of love. The Angel Flights, guys like to fly. It's free. Or women, people like to fly. Well, I'll take somebody with me. What can you do? Can you share that smile with someone? See, the power of love is it heals, it transforms, it magnifies. That's what's beautiful about relationships. Let them be your laboratory, your practice. Not your practice, it's your laboratory. You don't want to practice. But, well, the thing about relationships is they will magnify everything you bring to it. Have you noticed that? A few of you guys are still in relationships. Okay, you're paying attention. This Valentine's week, so I'm thinking about, when Callie and I first, got together. And, I can remember, the first time I told Callie, I love you. We were walking along the beach. It was Del Mar. We were looking for the caves in the bluff. We never did find them. I don't really know if there's caves there, but sounded good at the time. Anyway, and I take Callie, and I look her in the eyes, and I say, I love you. And nothing happened. It's like, oh. And it's like, nothing came back. And it's like, it's like, nothing. I think she loves me, but I don't think it's very good because I think she may love me, but she could maybe not love me. It's like, I better try harder. I better, try to do more. I'm all of a sudden I'm uncomfortable in my own skin, and it's like I want to win that love. Well, I'm glad to say that she came to her senses. Oh. And now 27 years. I love you still. It's, but where is going with that? Anyway. But so often when it's about love in our life, we're looking for, feedback. I'll love you if you love me. Later she told me she thought I was saying, I love you like I do to everybody. I hang up the phone, say goodbye, I love you. So she's holding on to that position. But anyway. But what happens is love doesn't, when you are in that place of love, you're not trying harder. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're not trying to perform better. You're not trying to be more than you are. You're able to relax into the comfort of who you are. You're able to be authentic. You're able to be sincere. You're able to be vulnerable. This is me in my flaws and my challenges. And, together it's our laboratory. It's going to magnify all the good as well as all the yuck. And I know we can do this together. But what has happened is in the human experience, we're willing to exchange our love. It's really not unconditional. You behave like this and I'll be okay. I love you. You say you love me back, and that works. And what happens is it extrapolates out to how we are with God, in the sense that, people are trying to win God's love. God is love, loves us all the time, unconditional, this life essence that breathes us, but yet there's people say, I'm going to go to church this Sunday, so God loves me. I'm going to do this good, so God loves me. I'm going to behave a certain way, so God loves me. I got to fill you in, folks. You can't get any more of God's love, and you can't have any more taken away from you. You can't be loved any less or any more. This omnipresent expression is love, and it has been given, and it doesn't matter how badly you've messed it up in life. That unconditional love is there to express itself as your very life. It is that which breathed you into expression. Before you were, God was, is, always has been, and is pouring forth. But you have to have space in your field of awareness or your mind to be able to experience the love and not have to look for it to be reciprocated, because love is about the sharing, it is the giving, it is the glowing, it is the afterglow, it is the countenance, it is that which shines from us. And it says that God's love cannot be taken away, the psalmist said. In the 139th Psalm, it says, though I ascend into heaven, God is there. Though I make my bed in hell, God is there. God is omnipresent. It is everywhere present. And it doesn't mean you don't get off course sometimes, that you have some bumps, you've made some mistakes, that you have gone astray, if you would. But am I willing to be present enough for it to come back around? Am I able to be patient enough and realize that in these painful moments of losing mom, relationship breaking, and you're broken like a lightning bolt right in a tree, a split in half, these times happen. Hazrat Inayat Khan, he was a wonderful Sufi mystic. He said that life will break your heart open again and again and again until it stays open. And so I want to get it, God. I want to be open to that love that is. It's not outside. As we love the beloved within, what happens is there is love all around us on the outside. As I love within first, it shows up, it reciprocates on the outside. But I got to be willing and bold enough to say first, I love. Even if it's not coming back, I've got to stay true. When we have these off-course kind of moments and the world gets all confused and mucky and crazy, sometimes you just need to get still. When the circumstances stir the pot, and you feel like, I need to respond, I need to say something, I need to do something now to get this fixed and back, when what was really best for you to do sometimes is just to chill and allow that murky water to settle so you can see what's deep. I've been reading lately Mark Nepo's book, and I should have told Lisa, our bookstore lady, to to have these because I'm really enjoying him. But it's called the Exquisite Risk. And he's talking about his experience with cancer. And once you know, I tell all my students, mark the page, guys. All right, here it is. One of the hardest tasks during my illness was waiting for the crisis and the fear and the pain to settle enough so I could see clearly what I had to do next. If not for the difficult blessing of waiting, I wouldn't be here. At first, I was pressed to have brain surgery, but I waited, and the tumor vanished. Then, after a tumorous rib in my back was removed, I was pressed to have aggressive chemo, which started to damage me. And so, despite the ulcers and neuropathy and the fear of recurrence, I had to wait for all this to settle until I could see clearly that when I stopped. And each step of the way, I panicked and I reacted too soon, only to be forced to wait until the urgency cleared and I could see my way to staying alive. And when overcome with urgency, we tend to strike at life blindly. It's natural enough, but if lucky, we're exhausting ourselves, and then doing nothing, we can see the waters go still, and finally, it becomes clear to what to do. Sometimes we're just trying to force our healing, trying to rush love, trying to push our way through, when what we have to do is just chill for a moment and be there and allow things to settle a bit so I can know and I can see. And it doesn't discount that sometimes the body is broken, cancer, challenges, finances, relationship. You know, the litany of being human can be exhausting. But hopefully through this exhaustion, in a moment of crisis, you're able not to panic and to get still. Harriet Tubman, she said that, "Oh Lord, I will stay steady with you until you see it through." I'm going to stay steady with you, God. I'm going steady with you, God, because I know you're going to see it through. I'm going to get on that railroad one more time. You know, she kept going back and assisting people to get freedom. She would go back into extremely hostile kind of territories. They wanted her life. There was bounty, and she would go back. But only after she came and rested and got clear that now was the time. And in our life, when the challenges arise, what is it we're going to do? And sometimes in that point, we got to recognize that, you know what, I need to do some forgiveness here. You know, because I've got these flaws, and am I able to step forth with who I am, the way I am? You know, and be sincere, as I had mentioned. It's about our sincerity. It's our vulnerability. This is me in this world doing what I am able to do or what I can do. And I'm not going to try harder to try to win something. I'm going to be who I am with all the ease and the grace that I have. I'm going to be sincere. And the word sincere in Latin, the Roman era, meant sin without cere, wax. So the sculptors in those days used to put wax in the cracks and then try to pawn it off. Look at this flawless masterpiece that, you know, and what they would talk about is those sculptors that were sincere. You know, whether they were sincere, whether they were telling, hey, there's wax here or there's flaws here. Either way, this is just honestly what it is. When we are willing to be sincere, we're able to be in that place where love can touch down. If I'm trying to be something that I am not and trying to pawn it off to the world, pawn it off to Match.com, pawn it off to who knows where we're trying to not be sincere, then what you're going to have reciprocating back to you is not the beloved from within, but what you're conjuring up with your mind that no longer has space for love, the universal only language that there is, to come home. And so with that, sometimes you got to realize, hey, I made some mistakes, or someone made mistakes, and I got to forgive it. And as I said in the practitioner class, we're working on love and forgiveness this week. And one of the quotes from the textbook is, Ernest said, forgiveness, first we have to forgive. No, I want the other guy to give. No, first we have to forgive. And he goes on to say that Spirit can only do for us. Remember this? We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Spirit can only do for us what it can do through us. And that includes forgiveness. You know the Hawaiian practice of ho'onoponopono? The wonderful story of Dr. Hugh Lin. Some heads are going, some I'm going to tell you. I'll do the quick version. How's that? But there was a psychiatric ward where the criminal psychiatric patients were sent, and it was horrible. I mean, it was so drab, paint wouldn't stick on the wall. The criminals that were there were either mentally insane or being tried to see if they were mentally insane. They were the caliber of murderers, rapists, kidnappers, and they were all heavily drugged to keep the confrontations down. They couldn't keep staff. The absentee rate was huge. The head psychiatrist would rotate every month or two. Everyone was shackled. They were not allowed outside at all in a 24-hour period of time. You'd see somebody walking down the hall, and the staff would move as close to the wall as possible because daily there were these physical confrontations. No wonder why. They were always homesick. And there was just, you kept them drugged as long as you could. The newest psychiatrist that came in was Dr. Hugh Lin, bringing the Hawaiian practice of a ho'oponopono. And they said he mostly just stayed in his office. He didn't even see the patients that much. But what he did do is he got their files. And the nurses and people that did work, they said, yeah, another month he'll be out, be somebody else. He's trying his new thing. But what he would do with the file is he would take it out and he would do the hono practice, which is taking responsibility for whatever is going on in his life or what it is he's seeing in this moment, and would ask the four questions. First is, I love you. And that's the third one. But it's like, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you, and thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I see you like that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I take responsibility here. See, can't change the outside world, but remember that love that starts inside you. Please forgive me. I love you. That's what I'm seeing. I'm trying to see as God sees. Who's on the other side of the desk, of the wall, of the world. Man, I love you. Please, And as he practiced that, things began to lighten up around there. They needed less of the pharmaceuticals to keep the guys. And all of a sudden, the paint started sticking on the wall. Literally, the story goes. Gardeners started cleaning up. They went out and painted the tennis courts. Before long, some of the inmates were playing tennis with the staff that was there. All of a sudden, some of the people were getting healed, and they were going home and being released. And at the end of 4 years, they had to close down that psychiatric hospital that no one ever wanted to work out because there was no longer any patients left. There were 2 that got sent somewhere else, but they closed it down because that is the healing power of love that is available. So you make your bed in hell, God is there. It's not something you have to earn. God loved you before you were born. God knew you. You didn't begin at conception when mom and dad hooked up. That's not when you began. Who you are was long before you ever signed up for a body. We don't create life. You are life. You are God expressing. We do not create it. You cannot destroy it. So before you were a month old, God knew you, loved you. Before you were even here by years or lifetimes, Spirit knew you and all the love that was available to you at 1 month or 100 years or beyond. You're on that train. This is one of the stopping points in our evolution of time. And so if we can just choose to care on how we are with each other. I care about you. I love you. I'm sorry for whatever it is I did. Please forgive me, but I want to know. I'm going to reach out now. I'm going to try to understand. I'm going to work to see as God sees and use the only language that the universe understands, and that is love. And I'm going to reach out with that love to the best of my ability, whether it is a 15-second passing somebody at the counter, the gas station, or in the elevator. I am going to be that delivery for God. I am God's delivery system for humanity. I challenge you to join me in that. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, let's keep it going as Michael Paul Smith serenades us with that baritone voice.
I love you. I love you. Well, one of my favorites people in all the planet is Coretta Scott King and the work she did after her husband was assassinated, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. But I've discovered that on her headstone she has Corinthians 13:13. And now abideth faith, hope, love. These three, but the greatest of these is love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel that I've lost my way, oh no, when I go inside and I quiet my mind and I hear sweet spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Oh yeah, it's a love that heals, love that sets me free. Oh, there's only love. There is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Yes, there's only love, only love. There's only love. Just open up your heart. You see, there's only love, only love. There's only love.
Beautiful. Michael Paul Smith. There's only love. Only love. Gosh. And that is the love that transcends time and space. I didn't even get around to that in my message, but I want us to know that love is not bound to this place right here. It's what unites the clan together from one lifetime to another. There is love that it's multidimensional. It is what allows us to connect with our loved ones who have moved on before us or those who haven't arrived yet. It's what brought you together in this world, and it's what's going to continue to bring us together wherever we are. So, It's what brought us together. I can feel it and I sense it. And so this is the time of our service where we have the opportunity to unite together in our love, in our sharing, in our giving, and our support. It's the time where we're asked, you know what, am I able to support Spirit's work in my life that's showing up at Seaside? And as you give to support Spirit's work in your life, what you'll find is your life is God's work. And that is, you find yourself being supported in ways in which you didn't even fathom. We're dealing with that which is infinite, multidimensional. It is everywhere, and there are more streams than we could ever begin to figure out. And so as we continue to put Spirit first, we'll find that Spirit is what fills our field of awareness, and that's how we see as Spirit sees, from that elevated place, from that witness consciousness, if you would, that, wow, look at what I'm going through, and I'm connected to it all. So this summer of our service, we're saying, look within your heart and your soul and your spirit and to give from that place. And as you give, it comes back. It's not why you do it, but rather you are that activity of the giving expression of love and life. And so with that, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward at this time and say thank you to this wonderful crew that is vibrant and red and just a wonderful expression of love. And thank you to those that mail in your contributions when you can't be here on a Sunday. It is greatly appreciated. As well as those who remember us in the auto tithe, that regular systematic support from your world into Seasides. That regularity makes things very wonderful to guys at home. Thank you for your support. You know we're doing a telethon next week right here. We're going live. I invite everybody plan to stick around next week from 1 to 5 because we're going to have a wonderful on-site experience showcasing the wonderful aspects of Seaside. But those of you that are home, I want you to be able to tune in and see what it is you're supporting and what is here in the many options, because Seaside is more than just local. It is virtual in its expression. So this moment supports all that, and I share this prayer of gratitude with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that this truly is a blessed moment where the fullness of God expresses itself in ever-increasing kinds of ways, for the love and the grace touches down in this moment, bringing with it the wonderful blessings of God. So knowing that we are that blessing to the world, we send forth that which has just enriched our life, the blessings that have come to our experience. It is our joy to share that. And as we send it forth, we continue to open ourselves to be greater recipients of that ever-expanding flow, and knowing that which goes forth continues to bless everyone it comes in contact. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for this opportunity to share this love and light. And so it is. Together, let us say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Four guys from Seaside, right there. And so I stand before this abundant expression of love and life, where I know truly the givers have been blessed in the receiving as well as in the giving. For truly those that have been touched by this wonderful gift are blessed, for the wonder of God continues to expand in its gift giving to those that have chosen to be part of this wonderful flow of life. So with joy, this has been given, it is received with joy, and as love, it is handled in good stewardship, and is put forth back into life, bringing the joy and the love and the grace and the good to everyone it comes in contact, for it originated from the heart and soul of everyone that is here today. I say thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this opportunity to be able to be an expression of this God love, and so it is. Amen. Hey, this is Tina Board. She is your board president here at Seaside and has her hands on the reins of our wonderful telethon, our new thought-a-thon next week, next Sunday afternoon. So it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. So, hey, speaking of just a lot of love, Michael Paul, thank you so much for sharing your love, your expression, your gifts, your joy. Rebecca, always a joy to share Sunday mornings with you. It's going to be fun doing the telethon. You got your friends coming in and this guy's running off next week. He's singing up in L.A., so...
That's all right. All right. It's going to be a great day. Super excited.
Yep.
This makes us have some fun.
It is. Every segment, one of your friends is going to be singing,
Yeah.
so that's going to be great. Max going to be on the piano. It's going to be good. Dr. Christina, thank you for sharing your love and your expression here Sunday mornings. Giving us sound today is Matthew. Giving us the visual is Marv. Great job. And speaking of great jobs, the wonderful camera crew under the direction of Edwin, bless you for pulling together a wonderful team that's going to be doing the new Thought-a-thon next week. And those at home watching, some of them are Will and Ginger and Phyllis, Roger in St. Pete's, Florida. We got Sophie, got David in Idaho, Laura in Pittsburgh, Waleska in Yucaipa. You got Cindy, you got Amanda and Dan in New Jersey. You got Mark and Natalie. Dan, he was at the first service, but I didn't give the first service the Ho'oponopono exercise, so Dan, now you got it. Anyway, Charles, and anyway, there's a whole list of individuals. We know that you're there, and just want to remind everyone to share the link for this new Thought-a-thon next week. We're really working on expanding our virtual audience. What we have here is making a difference every week with fresh ideas for people. And so as we begin to share it with more and more, so I'm asking you to help out, share the link. I gave you the press release that came out in the Coast News this week. The link's there, the link's in your program. We're going to be emailing it to you. So that's what we're looking for, is everyone to share it if that's possible. Also, right after I'm done yakking here, there's a gathering, the clan, who wants to help put on the Ricky Byers concert in April. I see Kay Samuelson sitting here with a 15-minute meeting just to see who wants to play with that. Also at 1 o'clock, we're doing living room conversations. Dr. Kathy Hearn is going to be presenting the question. Let's see, the question is, the America we want to be, the founding aspirations. And so that's the conversation we're going to have. It's a safe place where we can experience and hear both sides of the equation on all these tough questions. So that's going on. Monday night, the Seaside Sisters have arranged with Tara at the Lemongrass Wellness and Spa in Encinitas to come together. So there's a lot going on. Read your program, see what's up. Plan to be here for the new Thought-a-thon for sure next week. But hey, guys. Anybody want to say anything? Share anything with me? Yep. Okay.
We talked about Valentine's, blah, blah, blah.
Wow. Nice. That was a good one.
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, we're good.
We talked about today, we talked about Valentine's today, and we talked about what kind of stuff do you give your parents, and I give hugs and kisses.
Ooh, very nice. Did you want to say something?
Today we talked about Valentine's Day and how we show love, and I show love by giving out cards.
Nice, how beautiful. All right. Hey, let's say our affirmation together to these wonderful expressions of spirit, and that is, we see you, we love you, and we support you in your magnificence. And together, let us do this prayer. I want to invite any of our religious science practitioners that are present to please stand as we feel this love, this spirit, this joy, this laughter, this life force, this something that breathed us into expression. We become that place where spirit touches down, that wonderful vortex in which the divine passes into manifestation. For truly there is a life energy that is moving through you. Feel it and sense it and know that God is having its way. And it's not a God outside, but it is a greater realization that lives within you and brings to your very experience that which is relevant in this moment. For we're dealing with that infinite intelligence that is trans-dimensional, that it is not bound by time or space. For truly that love, that is the very essence of our being, that brought our clan together, that love that is the life of our being before we were born and continues after we leave this world. There is something that unites us together with those that are our mates, our laboratory, the people we have somehow agreed to journey with, to learn and to grow, to expand, to have buttons pushed, to have love shared, and to know that we have come together as a divine appointment. And so in this season of love, let us know that there's a power of healing that comes when we choose love over any of the other responses. That there is a responsiveness within the universe that responds to that invitation to see and understand at a higher place. We move to that mountaintop and begin to observe with that witness consciousness, not connected to outcome, but how is it my soul can be in this world that expresses a greater sincerity with its flaws and its cracks and its challenges, and realize this is who I am and there is nothing to hide because I am spirit expressing. As we come to know the self-worth and the value and the gifts that each and every one of us is, we see it not only in ourselves but those that stand before us. And there is that opening of the heart that desires to understand and connect in a deeper way than ever before. So in this season of love, I know right now that our relationships are holy ground, that they are a special place to have magnified that which is going on within. And without needing to make anyone wrong or needing forgiveness, there is just a sense of the soul's evolution that is making life richer, more wonderful and magical and brighter and juicier and just exciting in every conceivable kind of way. That as we begin to recognize the Spirit in and through all things, we open up the floodgates of greater good. We live in the abundant flow of life. We live with a sense of creativity and self-expression. There is the abundance to support that heart's desires. There is a wealth that supports our walk in this world at the level in which our heart desires to be. The streams, the support are many, and we find a sense of joy in the self-expression and the gifts that we have, no matter where we are, whether it is in family, whether it is in work, whether it is in the community. We find that we are in integrity and authentic with that expression of the self, because I am not looking to receive anything back, but rather I am love expressing in this moment. And with that healing comes the soul and the spirit and the heartache and the challenges, the times that we have come off course. There is understanding at a deeper place, and healing happens. The body responds. This body is the temple of God, and there is a remembrance, an activation of the innate blueprint that resides in every cell of our physical being. This wonderful energetic field and vibration of who we are is divinely activated, and everything in the physical body comes back into perfect balance and perfect rhythm and perfect cycles. And there is an ease and a grace to be in this physical form as we walk this world, sharing that light and the life and being that is far greater than the physical body, but it is the perfect instrument. And so I'm grateful to recognize Spirit in and through all things. And in this community, the events and the projects we take on, this wonderful sharing of our community next week in the new Thought-a-thon, the open house, the showcasing, the wonderful activities that this community does with our children, with our women, with our men, with the events, with all sorts of classes and things. This place is magnificent. It is God ordained, and it is a place where all of us have come to experience and to share that which we are here to do. For Seaside continues to be a place of transformation. We are on the transportation to transformation fast track. And I know right now that every prayer in our prayer request just honors that. As we do our meditations, it honors that. And I know those prayer requests that have been brought forth are fulfilled. Our love goes out to every requestee. And for our beloved sister Denise, whose memorial service we held yesterday, her mom, Fran, moves on with those currents of eternality, able to express her life as beautiful as these flowers on the stage are, that she is able to share her tidbits of love with the world that she is absolutely aware of and lives in. And so I'm grateful to say thank you, God, for the good of this community, that every member of this spiritual community family is blessed, moving to an ever greater conscious connection with the infinite source of being, able to live with a peace and a security and a sense of well-being. So we go forth from here, filled with the grace of the divine, with an unshakable conviction in the unfoldment of the divine right action of ever-expanding good. And so it is. Amen.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you have to say. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. So no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Said I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Said no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Seaside, sing it from your heart. Yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Say no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yay.
And their affirmation is, my life is the perfect reflection of the divine. Together, my life is the perfect reflection of the divine. Touch your heart and say it again. My life is the perfect reflection of the divine. One more time now that you know it. My life is the perfect reflection of the divine. And our song of grace.
I'm living in love. I'm living in peace. I'm living my life for what I believe. Through joys and through fears, in this world I walk. God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand, and one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me, and it moves through us all. We are living next Sunday, New Thought-a-thon. Bring a friend. Let's tell everybody how awesome Seaside is.